Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. So I'm here to see if you can actually hear me today. The hope is that you can. I'm Michelle. I'm with Olive and 2U Studios. I'm typically here every single Saturday morning at 9:30 in the morning live. And it's always so good to see our Yarny U's showing up this morning. Hello, hello. But if you happen to be watching later, welcome to you as well. Yes, there is sound. That's great. We've had some audio problems in some weeks past, but we're hoping that that doesn't follow us any longer. So happy Saturday. If you haven't already done so, I invite you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit the bell so you get notifications every single time I go live. And as I said, you can watch anytime, but it's always great to have you here in the morning. So good morning. Good morning. So happy to have you all here. And if you're watching later at your leisure, welcome to you as well. Okay. We've got fun stuff to get to today. I'm glad, Katrin, you had a question mark, and I was like, does Katrin not have sound? That would be bad. Hi, Lonnie and Mary and Deb. Tara is here. All the people are here. Katrin's here, of course. Tish, Katrin is here, of course, and Tish, Valera, Deborah, Dion. I love it so much. So, what's that? Look, there's a baseball in the house. Look at that. So, if you spent any time in the Yarny U's this week and you happened to watch Thursday when I did a little chat about what was new in the shop, you might have known it was a little something about baseball. We've got some baseball fans in the house, as it turns out. I know some of you are really rooting for your teams during season as we're kind of heading up to the World Series. And we have got like the most innovative and unique event ever we've done at Olive and 2U Studios for you. Play ball. It's a home run beanie game. And there's something with a twist about this. This is not just a beanie and it's not just baseball themed. Oh no, there's something really unique about it. This is actually a collaboration between Olive and 2U Studios and M&M So Charming. If you spent any time in the Yarny U's, you know Mary Nielsen and Marjorie Moulet of M&M So Charming. So they are like multi-craftual. They do quilting, they do knitting, they crochet, they do all sorts of things. And so this is kind of a melding of the minds for this really unique event. It is centered around baseball. So if you're a baseball fan or if you have baseball fans in your house, this event is definitely for you. And even if you're not into baseball, it's pretty stinking cool, I have to tell you. I learned a little bit of information about baseball, not just the game, but some things about baseballs themselves and some of the tools and equipment that was really interesting and things that I didn't know before. There's a lot out there that I don't know, but this was one of those things. And yeah, it's going to be fun. So here's the way that it works. And it's been a little confusing. This is one of those events that there is a lot of moving parts. There are a lot of moving parts, I should say. Let me get my grammar right. So I want to go through and explain it just a little bit to you. So studio streams are a new thing that I introduced last week. And we're going to talk more about the first studio stream we're going to be doing. But studio streams are brand new. They are virtual events from Olive and 2U Studios. Studio X streams are similar, but a little different with a twist. And that means that it's going to be a hybrid event between in-person and virtual. Okay. So the home run, the play ball home run beanie game is going to be a Studio X event. I will be in Florida at Needleworks on September 5th, Friday evening, for the in-person portion of the event, and we will be broadcasting it live on the Studio X stream. And so if you're joining us from home, you'll be right there in the middle of all of the action to see everything that's going on with this particular event. So there are 3 ticket levels for this, because just like a regular baseball game, there's standing room only, there's bleacher seats, and then there's luxury box seats. So you get to select the seat that you want. Each of those levels, right, Each of those levels has its own tier of your involvement. So standing room only gets you the box with everything that you need to sort of do the game on your own at home. If you do standing room only, you won't be involved in the Studio X Stream. You'll get the box shipped to you. You can explore everything in the box along with the pattern and all of the details about how to do it. It's not just a pattern, there's more to it. You'll get to explore that on your own. You won't be part of the Studio X Stream, not to exclude you, but because that may just be the level of involvement that you want. The bleacher seats and the luxury box seats both come with the event itself. So, and you can choose both of those ticket levels, get you the event either live at Needleworks or on Studio X Stream, the virtual event. And they also get you a shipped box or a box that you pick up at Needleworks. So if you're local and you plan to come to Needleworks for the event, your box will be waiting for you right there, and we will walk through it together live and in person at Needleworks. If you are not local, or you're local and just can't get away and you don't want to do it at Needleworks, then you will be part of the Studio X virtual stream. It will be broadcast simultaneously live at the same time. You'll be in the middle of the action and you'll still go through everything with us. You'll just be doing it from the comfort of your home, but you'll still be there virtually in the event. There are still seats at all levels right now. I will tell you some of them are going pretty quickly, but there are still seats available at all levels. So when you go to the listing on the website, there are 3 drop downs. Yes, I think there are 3 drop downs, and maybe just 2. And you're going to choose what seat level you want first. Click the arrow to choose, do you want to do standing room only, which is no event, just the box? Or do you want to do the bleacher seats? Or do you want to do the luxury box seat? And then after you choose your ticket level there, you go to the next drop down and you select whether you want to be virtually there or if you're going to be in person. That's really the only difference, okay? If you choose, let's see, if you choose bleacher seats, the first drop down is going to say it's not available, because it's not. Because if you get a bleacher seat, you choose whether you want to be there in person at Needleworks or if you're going to be there virtually on Studio Stream X. That's your only choice. So I know some of you were seeing, oh, they're sold out of that. You got to click the drop downs. That's just the way it works on our website. It's just like when you're choosing between variant colorways of a kit, you can't pick the picture and have the drop down populate right. You got to pick the drop down. Gosh, that's a lot of information. It's, technology can be a little complicated sometimes. But some of you, because it wasn't clear, chose, and you were like, oh, that's already sold out. And then some of you reached out to me and I was able to update your order and send you an invoice for the difference. So you can always reach out to me if you're not sure what's happening or you're not seeing the choice that you want. Reach out to me and I'll make it happen. Right? I'll make that happen for you. So it's a little confusing. So choose the seat level that you want first, and then choose the sort of activity level. But if you're standing room only, it is just a shipped box and there is no Studio X Stream or in-person event. Gosh, I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments if that makes sense. And so many of you have already signed up. It's going to be so much fun. And I can't give it all away, y'all. It's killing me because I want to tell you the twist to this. There is a twist and I'm dying to tell you, but you're not going to know until you get your box and you get your participation, because it is so much fun. Now, one of the other really cool things about this is that there is a knit pattern and there is a crochet pattern, and you get to choose which of those you select, which is in the second drop down as well. So if you're a crocheter, there's a great pattern for you for this as well. And if you're a knitter, there's a great pattern for that also. They are very similar patterns and you get all the same features, and it's going to be the coolest thing ever. Then what you also select is your team color. And the way that you do that There's a list in the listing itself. It's a long listing. There's a list of information of the colors that we are going with. There's a royal blue, there's a navy blue, there's a classic red, there is a gold color, and you choose which of those colors that you want. They're all listed right there for you. When you see the color that you want, you put it in the notes section when you check out. There's no way to select it in the listing, so you simply put it in the notes section. And most of you have gotten that. And if your notes section is blank, I'll reach out to you and say, hey, what color do you want? What's your team color? I think red right now is the overwhelming color selection, but there are definitely some blues. Valera's there saying, go Cubs! And then Tampa Bay Rays is what Maria's rooting for. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So play ball, a home run beanie game. Get your ticket. Now, just like most tickets, your ticket is good on game day, but we're going to send your box out to you if you're not picking it up there at Needleworks. But it is going to come to you a little bit later. It's not going to be shipped out this week. It'll be much, much closer to the event so we can get your team color ready for you. And then the listing has a lot of information in it. So I would really encourage you to read through the entire listing. We're talking about yarn and what you're going to get at those various ticket levels. I will tell you, it's interesting. The luxury box level is the one that is selling the fastest. You guys like the upper tier, right? Yarn and Use are all about the luxury. So that's the one that's selling the most, and you're going to get, all the goodies. But there are some really neat goodies in this, including some custom items. Anne from Twin Mommy Creations came up with a design for something that's really cool that will be included at some of the box levels. And there's some super fun things in there. So we've got some baseball related snacks. We've got all kinds of fun things. So I'm very, very excited about that event. And I think you are too, because you guys are signing up for it. FOMO is real, right, Lonnie? Absolutely. FOMO is real. So this is just a little clue. This doesn't tell you everything. It's just a little clue. And, it's kind of funny. Y'all have seen me in beanies before, and they're not always the best on me, but I was able to kind of do the thing this morning and make it not look too bad. I don't quite look like a gnome in this. What do you think? What do you think? I wish I had long hair and braids would be the perfect look, but I don't have long hair and braids, and I'm probably not going to get extensions at this point in my life. But anyway, there are some fun things, some customizations that you're going to be able to do, and some cool, super cool things. So I'm very excited about it. It's neat. I'm excited always to collaborate with M&M So Charming because it is a lot of fun. And there's going to be a lot of moving pieces in this. So I'm excited that the Yarn and Use are excited, and looking forward to it. Get a wig. Wear the beanie on a slant. Did I not just, was it kind of slanted? Like what? Slanted like that? Can we do a little fashion show with the beanie? I don't know. Anyway, on the slant. It's super cute, and I love it so much. So, but like I said, there's a twist, y'all. It's not just a beanie. There is a great big giant twist in this that you want to be a part of. But moving on, it is still Christmas in July, of course. And we've got beautiful, beautiful colorways for you this week. And I have a little sneaky peeky of a couple things this week as well. So let's talk about the new colorways that have hit the shop, because Sherry and Terry have sent some gorgeous things our way. First of all, we have Christmas in July, which is aptly named, I think. Christmas in July right there. How beautiful is that? So this is your traditional Christmas colors. Look at that red. It is showing up a little bit brighter on screen, y'all. I keep saying that because of the lighting, but it's a little brighter here than it is in person, but it's beautiful. So you've got all these shades of red, and then you've got kind of some pinks, those kind of colors that come through as well. And then all the beautiful shades of green. I'm going to open it up. I did this the other day in the Yarn and Use. If you haven't joined the Yarn and Use, I really encourage you to do that. I go live in there on Thursdays typically to give you an idea of the colors that are coming. apple picking colors. Very similar, Lonnie. You're not wrong about that. Look at those Christmas colors and all the shades that you get there. Their dyeing is stupendous. I love how Sherry and Terry dye. Look at those speckles. Beautiful traditional colors. And then I love this a lot, but I really love the other colorway. So I'm going to put this aside. Let's not go through that again, Michelle. Woo! Me trying to twist those up on camera. This is Sugar Daddy, and it is one of my favorite neutrals ever. A tonal neutral, absolutely beautiful. Again, it's a little washed out on camera, but it is beautiful in person. This is on Rawlings. You have that tonality with it, and it does go nicely with Christmas in July. It's kind of, you've got those colors in there. I'll show you. See those colors? So it plays nicely with that. But this, I'm going to have to do something with this. So I'm getting ready to cast on my Beautifully Basic tee for our BBT knit along that starts on August 9th, I want to say, or is it 16th? I think it's the 9th. So I can't like say, okay, I need this for another BBT right now because I've got one that I'm going to be doing in Amber Solstice. But yeah, there's something in the future for here. And y'all know that I've had my eyes on that brand new Ooey Gooey pattern by Andrea Mowry. And I'm almost thinking this for the background with some light pink color work with it. That's what I'm thinking. Deb says that is gorgeous. She loves it. I love it too. It's so beautiful. So you've got Christmas in July with your traditional Christmas colors here. And then you've got Sugar Daddy here with this nice neutral foil. Yeah, I'm just in love. I love opening up all of the goodies. It would go fantastically with Papa Bear Catron. Absolutely. Catron wanted to know if it would go with Papa Bear. It absolutely would be delightful with Papa Bear. Yes, yes, yes. All the browns with Sugar Daddy. I think it would be great. It's almost, it's a hard color to describe. It's not a silver. It's more of a taupe, but it's a cool taupe, I think, and would look great with the browns. I don't have any Papa Bear here, but to show it to you at the moment. So they ship me colors and they ship Monica colors. So I have them here for the podcast in Maine while Monica is managing Needleworks and shipping everything out. And I love, love, love getting my packages from Sherry and Terry because it's always so fun to see the colors that are in it. And their dyeing techniques are just utterly superb. So those are the two brand new colors for you this week. Now, I will tell you that those weekly colors are starting to go really quickly and they're starting to sell out quickly. And as I mentioned Thursday in the Yarny Use, we're really not doing that whole pre-order thing where when they sell out, we immediately put them on pre-order. There are lots of reasons that we're not doing that now. So you have two options in terms of getting the colors. The first is go snag it. So down below, you will see the products listed here on YouTube, or you can always go over to our website like many of you are at the moment and go ahead and snag those colors in your preferred base. If something happens and the colorways sell out, you can always set up a special order. All you have to do is shoot me an email and I will get you all set up for a special order. Typically, that's 3 or more hanks in any one base. And many of you are really smart. Sometimes you don't need 3 or more hanks. And so you reach out to your friends in the Yarny Use, find out somebody who wants that color as well on the same base, and you can split an order. So that can happen as well. Absolutely. And if you want to, I can even split that order for you. Just let me know what you're doing and we'll make it happen. Kim says she's got a lot of squishy mail coming today. That's exciting. Happy Squishy Mail Day. That's always super fun. And then let's see here. So Tish ordered her baseball standing room. There you go. She wants that classic red. Yarny friends are the best for sure, Lonnie. So we're going to have so much fun with the play ball event. I just want to tell you everything, but I can't. But what I can tell you right now is I can give you a sneaky peek. So Lonnie says that you all like the sneaky peeks. So the Soxy U set that went out this month is beautiful, as they all are. And it occurred to me that you all really don't get to see those if you're not in the Soxy U club. So I had Sherry and Terry send me one of the recent months, I think it was this month, to me. If you haven't gotten your Soxy U and you don't want to see what it is, then look away. Look away. But I have to show you this because I was completely enamored. So here we go. Countdown 3, 2, 1. Here we go. I'm going to sneak peek. This is Flamingo Frolic. This was the main color of one of the recent Soxy U Clubs installment. Again, a little lighter on camera than it is. It's a little darker back here. Flamingo Frolic. Look at those colors. How fun is that? And how summery is that? And then the coordinating mini is Juicy. How perfect are those for socks? So I'm going to try to start showing you some of those colorways so you can get a sense of what you're missing out on, because you want to get all of the colors. And then the other thing I'm going to show you, some of you may not have gotten that. You may have seen that the picnic boxes have shipped. They shipped and they were so much fun. Monica had a really good time putting those together. And it was, she did a little video of assembling the box and seeing how all that went together. So that might go out on social media at some point of us putting together, well, her putting together the picnic boxes. So if you have not received your Happy Summer Picnic box and you want to be surprised in the box, this is your fair warning for that. So I want you to look away. Now, this is a very similar color to it. It's a little bit different. There's a story behind it. I'm not going to tell you the story just yet, but this is a very similar color to it. Not exactly, but how pretty is that? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Again, juicy and summery. In fact, juicy would go with that really well. But let's go back. That was just a quick sneak peek because I don't think many of you have gotten your picnic boxes yet. Let's go back and look at Flamingo Frolic again with Juicy. Beautiful, beautiful colors in the Soxy U Club. So Lonnie says that throw some color on that storm warning, which was the colorway that came out for the beginning of hurricane season, showed up in Dallas. And I'm going to show that to you probably next week. It's another fantastic color, which just makes my point. If you're not doing the mystery colorways that come out, you know, a lot of times we'll do mystery colorways like the tick one for my bite, crazy, or the hurricane colorways. You really want to take a chance on it because they are turning out some beautiful colors. In fact, I think Terry's here with us this morning. Good morning, Terry. She's, you know, she and Sherry do the dyeing and they do a fantastic job. So it's always good to have you here. So you really want to get in on those because they're doing some fantastic colors. So that's what's new in the shop this week. And then a little sneaky peeky at some of the colorways that have been coming down the pike for some of our clubs. Now, let's talk about clubs for just a minute. Spin Me a Yarn Literary Society, Soxy U, and Salinger Pop Club all went off the website this week. We opened the doors on all of those all of those. See what I did there? All of those for a short period of time. I closed the doors. And then we've got some folks out in California that wanted to get on it. So the door for Spin Me a Yarn Literary Society is open for just probably today for the last time. So if you have, and then it goes right back off. So if you haven't yet gotten in on that, you do still have a little bit of an opportunity for Spin Me a Yarn Literary Society. The other clubs are closed for the moment, and we'll see when those can reopen. But we love our clubs. They're a lot of fun. The other thing that happened this week, and I talked about this a little bit in the Yarn of Youth, there was a little bit of a mix-up with our very first studio stream, our snowman needle felting. And I was able to get us a few more slots in there as a result of my mix-up. So last time I looked, there were 3 more seats for the studio stream, which is that virtual event, but it's more than just a Zoom. It's way more robust than that. It's our very first studio stream event, and we'll be needle felting a cute little snowman. Doesn't have anything to do with Christmas. It's all about winter, and it had closed because we had sold out. But I was able to get some more opportunities for that, some more kits. And so last time I looked, there were 3 more seats available. So if you missed out on that and you were like, darn it, I didn't get in, now is your chance to go ahead and get in on the snowman. 3 more seats, a lot of fun to do with a fiber bestie. It's a fun thing. Plus you're learning skills that you can then apply to other sorts of designs for needle felting. Now, when you're part of a studio stream event, you're going to get access to discounts and you're also going to get bonuses. And if you're in our very first studio stream, we already have a great bonus lined up for you. You don't want to miss out on it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So folks who sign up for those studio streams get some really cool things as well. So I love it. Lonnie's talking about, let's see here, Salinger Fun Pop 2. You get the color pops. You never know. Absolutely, for Salinger Pop Club. I love that so much. All the color, all the fun, all the time. All right. I want to go over and take a look at the whips and see what everybody's been knitting up. There've definitely been some super fun things happening in the Yarn to Use. It's always fun to see what people are knitting and crocheting up because it's inspiring. So let's head over and see what's happening there. All right, now there are one of these patterns that there are 2 of you who are either completed or almost completed them. So that is the Astro Pop. Jamie finished hers up, and I love that little graphic she did with it. So she went with kind of the half sleeve on it. Oh, I thought she was done with it. Nope, she wasn't in this picture. She said she had a few more inches on the body. Then she's trying it on for the length, but she is getting so close on her Astro Pop. And then Julie Garland also has really made a lot of progress on hers as well with those bright colors. I love the differences in colors. And this is what I mean by it's so incredibly inspiring to see what you all are stitching, because you get so many great ideas about different color combinations or different palettes. It's very, very inspiring to see that. So good job on the Astro Pop. Connie Small is working on her BBT on Dickinson, which is a base we don't have anymore in the shop. So she definitely was doing some stash diving for this. Another great example of why you want to get all the colors you love in your stash, because you never know when you're going to need to draw on that. She loves knitting with it. That's a beautiful colorway. I think that is Clever Cup back from the day, back long ago and far away. So Luann Fulmer, who's going to be traveling to Scotland with us, she's been working on her Coo sweater. But I love this picture because she was sitting there by a Highland Coo cake. How fun is that? And I have to say, she looks pretty happy to be sitting there. I hope that cake got cut and got eaten because it looks fantastic. Next up, Glenda Simpson. She finished up her Knitmas in July from Nomadic Knits. She really enjoyed it, and now her next step is to block it. She says now she's going to learn how to block it. Blocking is one of those skills that you definitely want to pick up because it can make such a difference in your knit. So I'm really glad that Glenda was reaching out and saying she was going to block it instead of just feeling like, well, I'm not sure how to do it, so I won't, because blocking makes all the difference. But those are beautiful colors in that, Glenda. I love it. And then Karen is not, this isn't knitting, but she's been doing a lot of hand embroidery on a jean jacket. We're Facebook friends, and so I've been able to see all the things that she's doing. And I love that she's doing sort of that hand stitching on that jacket. So well done, Karen. You know, any kind of stitching is celebrated in the Yarn to Use. Like I said, we've got quilters, we've got hand knitters, we've got slow stitchers, we've got knitters, we've got crocheters, we've got circular sock machine crankers, all the stitching. And you guys could probably come up with multiple other examples, but it's, you know, we typically are not single crafters, right? If you've dipped your toe in one craft, or if you're even married to that craft, as Mary Nielsen says, then you've probably dipped your toe in other crafts and found some others that you do. I know me, I've got, you know, like all the craft supplies. And I know many of you probably do as well. So it's fun to see all the different things that you're doing and all the ways that you're being crafty. Now, our Beautifully Basic Tea Knit Along does begin. I believe it's August 9th, and I'm going to be doing videos every single week through that event. Those BBT kits were shipped yesterday and they were stunning. So Monica had like yarn stacked up everywhere for the kits. They were absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to cast on with you. I'm going to cast on a little early so I can get a little head start. Y'all know I'm a little bit of a sloth knitter, but there's nothing wrong with that. I'm in good company. We've got fast knitters, we've got sloth knitters, but I'll be doing videos every single week for the BBT knit along. And if you're stash diving, that's okay too. The actual thread is up in the Yarny Use for the BBT knit along. So you can start posting now your color selections, or if you've gone ahead and cast on, you can absolutely do that now and start posting your progress pictures. It's a lot of fun to see how that's going. The Beautifully Basic Tee, the link is down below in the show notes, I believe. And it is one of those really nice entry-level projects if you've never knit a sweater before, because it's super easy sweater construction and gets you acclimated to how a sweater is constructed. It's also great social knitting. It's not a difficult pattern. It's great social knitting. And if you're anything like me, you'll benefit from a wardrobe full of them. So Nomadic Knits is a knitting magazine that used to come out. They did, I'm trying to think, I think it was quarterly magazines. It was a lot of fun. And Olive and 2U yarn was featured in the very first magazine. And the Beautifully Basic Tee was actually designed using our yarn. So I wanted to show you really quick. I had some vintage pictures of that with our yarn showing up in it. You can see a little video there of me flipping through a Nomadic Knits magazine. And yeah, that was super fun. I was supposed to have that slide last week, and there was a little, gosh, last week was the week of technological issues, but I'm glad to know that we're all back now. So the BBT kits, as I mentioned, have absolutely shipped out. That listing is still available on the website, but there's a caveat, and it mentions it in the listing. If you're kind of a little late to the party, you're never completely late. You can always cast on with this. You can stash dive, or you can still order a kit. It's just that your kit may not get to you exactly in time for cast on, but that's no worry, because you don't even have to have a finished object to be prize eligible in the Yarny Use. Our knit alongs are really laid back, so you just need to cast on and get started. The more pictures you post, the more likely your chances are for winning. And you do need to use Olive and 2U Studios yarn. Now that can be yarn from your stash, or it can be a brand new kit. However you want to do that is perfectly fine. But that's all you need to do in order to be prize eligible. And the prize this time, the grand prize, is a $100 gift card to the Olive and 2U shop. So there are good reasons to cast on a BBT. Plus, we all like to knit together and see everybody's progress. It is a lot of fun to do that. All right. Next up, I want to talk real quick about some things that are soon going away, because it is Christmas in July, but July, y'all, it's gone by so fast. Has it gone by quick to you? It has to me. July is just like, whoo, gone super quickly. When Christmas in July is over, when July 31st comes along, all the orders stop on our 12 Days of Christmas and 8 Nights of Hanukkah boxes. So these are literary themed boxes this year. So the 12 Days of Christmas, I wrote this down because I always draw a blank, is woven in words, and the 8 Nights of Hanukkah are literary lights, and it's all themed around books of the season, either Christmas or Hanukkah. So we're going to take you on a little journey and on a little tour. You'll be getting minis, you'll be getting a full-size hank, and then other goodies as well, not just all yarn. And it's usually a pretty good box. We theme it up. You have a little bit of a journey with it, and they are different boxes. So the 12 Days of Christmas and 8 Nights of Hanukkah are completely different yarns and goodies, which means you can get both, which a lot of people do. So you have all the fun. And then I do openings right here on YouTube. So we open together and can see what the goodies are, what the colorways are, and talk, you know, have that little chatty moment during the holidays, during that kind of time that time changes during the holidays, I think. So we're going to be spending some of that time together on YouTube during the openings. So now is your last opportunity, now through July 31st, to order your boxes. Once July 31st is over at probably midnight, or really probably 8 a.m. on the 1st of August, if I'm honest, those listings will close and you won't be able to order those. So don't get left out. They are a lot of fun. We've done these boxes for years and years and years at Olive and 2U Studios. They are a lot of fun. And so you don't want to miss out on that. You know what else is a lot of fun? Celebrating a birthday. And we didn't celebrate our 8th birthday this month, even though it was in July, but we have a whole month of August planned to celebrate 8 years at Olive and 2U Studios. We've got some fun colorways coming, some fun goodies coming for the 8th anniversary, 8th birthday of Olive and 2U Studios. Do you believe that? If you're watching right now, can you believe that it's been 8 years? Many of you have been with us since the beginning. Others of you are fresher and newer, not fresher. That's a whole other thing that I'm implying there. You're newer to the flock, I should say. And, but it's been a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll do a little look back in August and do a whole month of celebration for 8 years at Olive and 2U Studios. But I'm excited about what's ahead. There are so many fun things happening. And we just talked about a few of them today. And I'm so thankful that you all are along for the ride. Don't forget our virtual knit, crochet, spin, and weave in. That is the first and third Wednesday of each month. I typically send out a newsletter, and then there's always a link in the Yarn Use, so you can get your link to show up for those. Those are a lot of fun, and it's a great way to kind of gather together with Yarn Use. And then we've got our event on September 5th at Needleworks, and then virtually via Studio Extreme. And then on September 6th, if you are a sock knitter or a sock cranker, mark the date, because I've got something new that's going to be coming out this next week for you for an event at Needleworks. Yes, Solely Socks is coming for the second time to Needleworks in Winter Park, Florida on September 6th. I hope I have my dates right. I think Friday's the 5th, Saturday's the 6th. Obviously, they wouldn't be twisted around, but I think those are the two dates. I'll be flying in on Thursday, flying home on Monday. So I'll be there for a short time in Winter Park to do all of the fun things, both for play ball and then a Solely Socks event that is going to be surprise baseball themed. All the fun things. So if you're a sock cranker or a hand sock knitter, mark that date. You want to be there, and let all your friends know to plan for that date as well. We'll have lunch on Saturday, much like we did before, and have some good times cranking out some fun on Saturday at Solely Socks. The details of all of that and the registration will be coming to you this next week, but mark the date so you don't schedule anything else. So Lonnie says that she's been with us since 2020. So one of the best things to come out of 2020, the pandemic. Happy early birthday. Thanks so much, Lonnie. It's so great to know the Yarn Use who have been around. Yeah, so many things have happened. We've gained some new folks. We've sadly had a few folks who we've lost over that time who've passed away. But like any community, we've always come together, supported each other, and that's what makes the Yarn Use such a great place to be. I'm so grateful for it. You all make it what it is, which is a fantastic and wonderful community. And I love that you show up for me on Saturdays and then in the Yarn Use. All right, so that was a lot of information. If you have any questions about anything we've talked about today, I've got information and links down below for you in the show notes, as well as you can always email me info@oliveand2u.com or michelle@oliveand2u.com. I'm always happy to help in any way that I can. As I say repeatedly, good customer service is in our DNA. It's what we are based on. So always let me know if I can help in any way. And thank you so much for being here and for continuing to support Olive and 2U and each other. I'm going to be out today, going to some farms, getting some blueberries, fresh blueberries. It's blueberry season here in Maine. Gorgeous weather. We've got friends here from Pennsylvania. I'm going to be out and about today. So if you don't hear from me immediately, if you shoot me that email, I will definitely get back to you. Please know how grateful I am for you and for your support. All right, everybody, get ready to play ball. Get ready for Christmas, and I will see you in the Yarn Use. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.